Hey, Happy New Year. My name is Tiffany and I'm a lifestyle coach that specializes in helping people leave behind negative emotions, limiting beliefs, and negative or disempowering patterns of behavior that have kept them stuck from actually reaching their goals. And today I just wanted to put together this quick little video to help you, give you some tips to make sure that you actually hit your goals this year and that your goals don't fall into that New Year's resolution wastebasket come the end of January. Now, with it being the new year, a lot of people are going to be talking about new year, new me, willpower, discipline. These are the only things that you need. You just have to stay disciplined and that will make sure that you get your goal. The problem with this is it doesn't actually match the way that our brain is wired, and we're actually working against our body's natural biology. It's like we're trying to shove a round peg into a square hole. It just doesn't work. So let me explain a little bit about how our brain works, and then I'll tell you what you can do differently this year to make sure that you actually achieve your goals. So the first thing that's important to know is that our conscious mind is really only 4% of our mind's capacity. So if you've ever heard that we use 10% of our brains, newer studies that came out of Sydney, Australia have actually shown that we really only use 4% of our brain. Now, our conscious mind is anything that we are aware of. All the thoughts, the emotions that you have, your internal thought processes where you're thinking to yourself and speaking to yourself, that is your conscious mind. Now, if our conscious mind is 4% of our mind's capacity, our unconscious mind is 96% of our mind's capacity. Think of the unconscious mind as the part of the iceberg that's below the water that you can't see. So this means that 96% of your habits, of your belief patterns, 96% of what you do every single day, you're not aware of why you're doing it. Here's another interesting point that you should note. Behind every single pattern of behavior that we have, whether it's good or bad, is a belief system. Whether you think that you're an emotional person or not, it is the emotional part of our brain, which is our unconscious mind, that drives behavior. We just back it up with logic and reasoning. So if you have a negative or disempowering behavior, say smoking, comfort eating, people pleasing, whatever it is that is disempowering for you, it's because there is a belief system that is causing that behavior. Now, when we use willpower or discipline, we're relying on our conscious mind to force a change. So we're using only 4% of our mind to try and overpower the 96% of our brain. Can you see how crazy this is? Can you see why most people never reach their goals? Or why New Year's resolutions fall by the wayside come the new year, come January 31st? So what we need to do differently is, instead of relying on willpower, we need to focus on the belief system. We need to identify why we are engaging in these patterns of behavior, why we have the belief that we have, and that limiting belief or that negative emotion is like a weed in the garden. We want to be able to pull it out by the root to make sure that our behavior changes naturally and doesn't come back. Here's the other thing that you need to know about willpower. We have a limited amount of willpower every single day. So think of your willpower like a glass of water. Every morning you wake up with a full glass. Now, with every single decision that you make, you tip a little bit of that water out of the glass. So let me ask you this. How many times do you hit snooze in the morning before you get out of bed? At one of my seminars, I asked this question, and a woman told me she hit the snooze button 10 times before she got out of bed in the morning. That's 10 decisions she's making before she even gets out of bed. And then she has to decide what she's going to wear to work, what she's going to have for breakfast, what her kids are going to wear to school, what they're going to have for breakfast, what they're taking for lunch, what she's taking for lunch, what time to leave for work. So by the time she even leaves the house in the morning, she's tipped out at least a quarter of that glass of water, which leaves her with a very limited amount. So I used to be a personal trainer, so let's use a fitness example because that's a very common New Year's resolution that people have at the beginning of the year. So people say, I'm going to start working out. Now, any good personal trainer will tell you work out first thing in the morning. And that's because that's when you have the most amount of willpower. If you hit snooze in the morning and then get up and decide, do I shower, do I not shower, do I wash my hair, do I not wash my hair, shave my legs, do I not shave my legs, what am I gonna wear, what am I going to eat, you go to work, do I take a coffee break now or do I do something else? By the time you get home and you sit down on your couch and have to decide between going to the gym and watching Grey's Anatomy with a glass of red wine, I guarantee you that 9 times out of 10, for most people, Grey's Anatomy and the glass of red wine is going to win because it's not programmed into how their brain works. So, if you are going to start using willpower this year while you work on the limiting beliefs that you have in your brain, make sure that you are doing the most important things to help you reach your goal to start the day. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for failure. I'm going to be coming onto this page and giving you weekly tips and tricks to help you make sure that 2019 is the best year of your life and that you get everything that you want. So make sure that you follow the page, turn on post notifications, and I'll be back next week with another tip for you. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.